What if a single warning could push the world closer to the edge of a major war? Imagine waking up to headlines that power plants could be targeted, cities could go dark, and entire regions could fall into chaos overnight. This is not a movie plot. This is the kind of message that has recently stirred global attention when Donald Trump warned Iran about the consequences of escalating tensions. But what does this really mean? Is this just political rhetoric? Or is something bigger quietly building behind the scenes? Before we go deeper, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel. Because here on Geopolitic War Insight, we break down complex global tensions into simple, clear insights you won't hear anywhere else. Now let's understand the situation step by step. When a leader like Trump talks about targeting something as critical as power plants, it's not a random statement. Power plants are not just infrastructure. They are the backbone of a country's daily life. Hospitals rely on them, communication systems depend on them, and entire economies collapse without them. A warning like this sends a very strong message. We know where to hit if things escalate. But why Iran? The tension between the United States and Iran has been building for decades. It's a mix of political rivalry, military positioning, and influence over the Middle East. Iran has been expanding its regional power through allies and proxy groups, while the US has tried to limit that influence. Every move from one side triggers a reaction from the other. Trump's warning specifically raises concern because it touches on a strategy known as infrastructure targeting. This is not about direct invasion. It's about weakening a country without sending large numbers of troops. If power grids go down, daily life stops, people panic, businesses shut down, and governments face internal pressure, it's a powerful tool in modern conflict. Now, here's where things get serious. Iran is not a small or isolated country. It has strong regional connections and influence in places like Iraq, Syria, and Lebanon. Any direct conflict would not stay limited to one area. It could quickly spread across the region. Oil supply routes could be affected, global markets could shake, and energy prices could rise worldwide. And let's talk about oil for a second. The Middle East controls a huge portion of the world's oil supply. If tensions rise to the point where infrastructure is targeted or shipping routes are disrupted, the impact would not just be regional, it would hit the global economy. That's when this situation stops being just political and starts affecting everyday people across the world. But here's the interesting part. Warnings like this are often part of a bigger strategy called deterrence. The goal is not always to start a war, but to prevent one. By showing strength and making bold statements, leaders try to stop the other side from taking aggressive actions. It's like a high-stakes game where both sides are trying to show they are ready. Even if they hope it never comes to that, still, there's always a risk. History has shown that misunderstandings, miscalculations, or sudden events can turn warnings into real conflict. One wrong move, one unexpected strike, or one escalation can quickly spiral out of control. Another layer to this situation is technology. Modern warfare is no longer just about bombs and soldiers. Cyber attacks can shut down power grids without a single missile being fired. Communication systems can be disrupted remotely. So when we hear about power plants being targeted, it doesn't always mean traditional attacks. It could also mean digital warfare happening silently behind the scenes. Now think about how this affects ordinary people. In any conflict scenario, it's not just governments that suffer. It's civilians. Power outages mean hospitals struggle. Food supply chains break and daily life becomes unpredictable. That's why statements like these create fear, because they highlight how vulnerable modern societies really are. At the same time, global powers are watching closely. Countries like China and Russia are always monitoring these tensions. If a conflict begins, it could reshape alliances and shift global power balances. This is why even a single warning can have worldwide implications. So is war coming? The honest answer is not necessarily. Warnings are often part of political strategy. But the risk is always there. The more tensions rise, the smaller the margin for error becomes. It's like walking on a tightrope, stable for now, but one wrong step can change everything. Another important point is public perception. Leaders know that their words are not just heard by governments, but by millions of people. Strong statements can influence public opinion, create pressure, and even shape future decisions. In some cases, it's about sending a message not just to the enemy, but to the world. And let's not forget timing. Political statements often come during sensitive moments, elections, negotiations, or rising regional tensions. Every word is calculated. Every warning has a purpose. As we look ahead, the situation remains uncertain. There are multiple possible paths. Diplomacy could ease tensions. Back-channel negotiations could prevent escalation, or if things go wrong, we could see a situation that rapidly intensifies. What makes this moment important is not just the warning itself, but what it represents. A reminder of how fragile global stability can be. One statement, one decision, one reaction can shift the balance. And this is exactly why understanding these events matters. Because behind every headline, there are layers of strategy, history, and consequences that affect all of us. So now I want to hear from you. Do you think this warning is just political pressure, or could it actually lead to something bigger? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters. If you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to share this video with others so more people can understand what's really happening behind the headlines. Stay informed, stay aware, and keep watching Geopolitic War Insight for more deep, simple, and powerful analysis of global events.